Everything that God put me through, everything I gotta work for it. I've been through so many ups and downs and I'm still going. Everything that God put me through, I was built for it. Everything I got, I worked for it. Would've killed for it. I've been through so many ups and downs and I'm still going. Most of my niggas signed gun laws and they still.
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know Miss Boss is checking in. The beauty is in the journey. I see y'all see the back. We in a different scenery today. Some exclusive stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I got a special person today. A real special person, an intelligent, lyrical person. Go ahead and tell her who in the building.
What's going on, people? Des the poet, 5-time published author. Hey, Wichita born and raised. Hey, it's a pleasure to be here, Tyra, for real.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you. I couldn't wait. Have me choosing ear to ear.
Hey, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna go ahead and dive right into it. Who was Desmond growing up, and what shaped you?
You know, I think I was lost growing up, but my city shaped me. I got the pleasure of seeing different sides of the fence. Gang life, player life, school life, corporate life. I've been able to see these different backgrounds. But I don't know, the city made me. Wichita, Kansas, I love it. The good, the bad, the ugly. But it's a blessing to be here today and be able to have the opportunities that I have now. Only way I got to this point is going through things. So I count my lived experience.
So no regrets.
No regrets. You can't go through life having regrets. You gotta live and learn. That's the only way to get to it.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, for real.
Lessons. That's all.
Hey.
No regrets, just lessons. You heard the man. Now, when did poetry become purpose instead of just expression?
When I was 19, that was the first time I went to jail. And
jail,
you hear me?
Whoa.
And they said no bond.
Okay, keep going.
They said no bond. So I'm like, I had to do 120 days in the county time, and during that time, I went through it, but my pen and my pad was what got me through that. So, I was writing, I probably had notebooks full of things that was going on in my brain, but I didn't do nothing with them, I didn't even know what it was to be writing, because only time that when you in the room, and that's all you got is a pen and a pad, I was just writing, that's all I knew. I've always been a writer. So, when I had my first son when I was 22, I wanted to live life different. I wanted to be an example for him. I wanted to show him that there's more to these streets than, what you were born in. So I just started doing different things, open mics, and I started creating videos, and it started getting creating traction for me, and from there I just started growing, That go all the way back from the times when it was just me and the bartenders, just humble beginnings, but I think that writing has always been therapy, and so has the stage, so passionate about creating those platforms and allowing everything that I've been through be the stepping stool for somebody else.
So I got a question, because I was really deep into what you were saying. The baby, you had your first son at 22, right? So do you think if you didn't have your son at 22, you would still be going down that dangerous path?
I was on a path of destruction, and I think sometimes children save us. And I believe that, he saved my life, So no, I don't think things would have been the same. Probably would have went worse. I needed that in my life. Sit down and be like, hey, be a man, And,
Time to evaluate yourself.
hey, at some point you got to.
I would have never knew you did 180 days. This Desmond, this growth, y'all. It's growth. That's the poet.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some more of
Here we
that.
go.
Oh my God. Hey now, say now. Now, the sunflower that grew out the mud. You know where I'm going with that. Your lovely book. What was the mud in your life?
I don't like to live in my trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never really lead with it. Like, I know what it's like to not have running water. I know what it's like to borrow electricity from your neighbor and stitch a cord through the window. I know what it's like to fill up with water to flush the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I mean, get it out the mud. But you know, that's how I think about parents and what they was going through. Like they didn't have all the answers either. You know, I came from humble beginnings, but you know, my mom had her struggles. You know, drug addict, alcoholic. You know, father, hustler. So I mean, I grew up by myself for the most part. If it wasn't for my family, them cousins, I don't know where I would be, honestly. You know, spend a lot of time alone. You know, thinking about it. You know, but I don't know. That's what I consider the mud.
Do you feel like the family, like the cousins, were like positive distractions, or was they the ones that was putting you deeper in the trenches?
Nah, you know, they was there. You know, they just made it to where I never had to be in the system, foster care. Prison, anything, you know, just because I knew I can always go with my cousin, get a meal, you know, and I think, you know, that I count my blessings for them, you know, because everybody don't got that.
Yeah, absolutely
Everybody
not.
don't got that.
It's good to have somebody you know that you can go home to.
Yeah,
or
you
you
know,
can call
it's like, you know,
someplace home.
where my parents at? Come to find out, you know, mom in jail, you know, daddy, you know, but your family's your family, you know, and I don't know, when we was growing up, shoot, it'd be about 10 of us, you know, got a pallet, you know, we sharing noodles, no packet. No,
I hear you, though.
no, but for real though, and that's all it took, you know, we had fun, we had our Sega, Nintendo.
A blast.
A blast, you know, and life was simple.
Didn't
you know
think
what I mean?
about the struggle.
It wasn't, we had it, you know.
You know what I'm
Little
saying?
Roman noodle, pizza, family, hey, we get to stay up late, hey, life is simple, hey.
When did you have to survive mentally and emotionally to reach your peak, to your blooming stages?
Mentally and emotionally. You know, I think that's consistent. You know, I try to be consistent in everything I do, and I can't say that I did everything the right way the first time, you know, and that takes growth. However, I'm very studious. If I do something wrong, I'm gonna fix it. You hear me? But like, even from starting poetry shows, probably one of the first to, you know, really bring that to Wichita, you know, but I don't know, I created a blueprint, but it's only through repetition and doing it over and bumping my head to where it's like, now I can give you the recipe. That don't mean the sauce gonna taste the same.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, just being consistent in everything that you do, and I don't know, my whole life has been ups and downs, so I can't really shine a light on which season. I would say every season came with its ups and downs,
Yes.
but I don't know, we built for that. So it's like, you know,
I gotta give you
Hey,
that because you just said all the right
because
stuff.
when something go wrong, I know a blessing is coming. That's how I think about it. If I'm rock bottom and something ain't going right, it's like, hey, stay down because a blessing's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming, you know.
It gotta
and,
be.
Hey, better days, I believe that 100%.
Oh, I'm glad you said better days. Okay. Now, better days in 90 days. You know what I'm saying?
I walked into it.
It's in the air.
I walked into
It's
it.
in the air now. Is change emotional, spiritual, or disciplined?
Say that one more time, Tyra.
Is change emotional, spiritual, or disciplined?
Change is a choice. So that would fit in what? Discipline. It's emotional, you know. But I think it's more the discipline, you know. At that time, I spoke about having my son. I made a change. I made a choice to change my life. I made a choice to live for a change. And, you know, that came with changing who I was hanging around. They say you surround yourself with the 5 people that you gonna be. So if you hanging around 5 people that ain't doing right, you ain't gonna do right. If you hanging around 5 lazy people, I don't care how ambitious you are, that laziness is gonna rub off, you know. But sit at the table with 5 millionaires. Imagine how long it's gonna take before you be the next one. And that's what I think, you know. If you're gonna change, you gotta be disciplined and intentional to, you know, change what's going on. And that takes self-reflection. That takes being honest with yourself. That takes being uncomfortable.
That part, uncomfortable, because a lot of people is not willing to be uncomfortable.
Nah, as soon as it get uncomfortable, they gonna scurry back to where it felt safe. And that's the destructive, you know. Everything that's easy, drugs, sex, material things, like, hey, that's gonna come. That comes, you know, night and day. You know, it's gonna, we can expect that, but something real, you know, that's something rare, and I try to be intentional and surround myself around nothing but real. You know, if I sense, I'm a Pisces. If I sense anything,
You out of there?
I'm out of there.
Out of there, out of there. I don't blame you. I'm an energy person, so it don't take a lot for me to sense it. So I'm with you on that. You got to be able to identify.
That discernment is real.
Is it?
Hey,
You better know it. You better know it. Now, if someone feels stuck, what's the first shift they need to make with being if they just have in their mindset where they're just stuck completely?
I would say go to your safe space. Go to a place where you feel free. Go to a place where ain't no anxiety, ain't no struggle, ain't no pain. For me, that's going by the river. I'm gonna go take a walk. Being a Pisces, I love water. You know, take me to the beach at any time. Fly me out. You know, that's what I look forward to. But you gotta create those spaces. Go to a place of serenity. Go to a place where you can just be yourself. You know, and I always felt like once you can be more in tune with, you know, the source and your purpose, you know, that's gonna alleviate whatever's going wrong. That's gonna give you a little bit more energy to lessen the load.
So do you feel like it's just those safe places is gonna just give you more clarity? So you'll have a clear.
Yeah. So I think we be fogged up with too much nonsense. You know, I always say, you know, evaluate what's really going on in your life. What's really important. You know what I mean? We think the wrong things is cool. You know, especially growing up, you know, here in Wichita, we think the wrong things is cool. Like, I remember just days all we did was wake up, we gonna play some spades, we gonna go get a bottle, you know, we going to the club, we gonna hit the after hours. That's Saturday. We gonna do that again on Sunday. Monday, you know, and that was life and that was cool. That was a cool thing to do, but you get caught up in that lifestyle to a point to where it's like time is just going by. You ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. You're gonna look up and everybody doing the same thing. The ones that went to jail, they gonna get out, everybody doing the same thing. Hey, I made attention, I want different. This ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? And if this what's gonna be, then, you know, we cool, but I'll catch me at the next one or something.
Now, just to dibble in that, when you decided like you really wanted that change, you were just tired of the typical people things from back in the days. Did you have to lose a lot of people? Did they not agree with your change?
You know, like I said, it ain't nothing for me to cut nobody off, but it even got to the point of not even cutting nobody off. I just elevate, you know, and if you can breathe up here, you know what I'm saying, then we gonna rock. You know, that's the only reason that you gonna look at me crazy if you having trouble breathing up here. Because if we rocking this shit, you flying with me, and I want everybody around me to win. You know what I'm saying? If you around me, I want you to win, but I can't bring nobody with me. I'm getting older, you know what I'm saying? My arms, my shoulders, you know, I can't lift nobody up, you know. However, you know, if you're gonna lift me up, we can rock together, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what I want, just everybody around me to win. But yeah, I don't feel bad about whoever can come, because everybody know me, you can come, you know, but if you don't want to, then I'm not doing nobody else's work for them either. You know what I'm saying? We too busy out here. You know
what they say? You can't lead the horse to the water. But what?
You can kick them in there. No, what they say?
They say they gonna kick them in there.
What they say?
You can't lead the horse to the water. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
You can't make them drink.
So you basically, I can give you the whole blueprint.
Right.
But you gotta do something with it.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Don't say you gotta kick them in there. It's crazy. Where did you hear that from? Or did you just make that up in your mind?
You just push the horse in there, like, you better drink this. No.
Yeah, we moving on. Okay. We moving on. It's getting domestic with animals.
Don't worry about it. Hey, no animals is harmed. We're gonna make it in this.
Okay. Now, being tapped in the community, because we know you know, you big in the community and things, which we appreciate. Do you feel pressure as your voice?
Ask me that again. Sorry.
Okay. Do you feel, well, being tapped into the community, do you feel pressure as a voice?
You know, I don't really talk about this too much, but
We're going to talk about it today.
you know, hey, only you. You hear me?
Another one?
You know, I feel safe on your platform.
Absolutely.
Thing about being a leader is, it's like once you get to that certain level, you don't got no room for error. You know, it's like I can talk about struggle in my past, but like I don't get to struggle no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm already at this level because we live in a city that'll support you while you up, but let you fall off. Let you fall off, ain't nobody gonna be there. So it's like you gotta keep working, you gotta keep grinding. Even on them times when you tired, you gotta get up. Even them times when you don't got no energy, you gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? I think that drives pressure because if you're not in tune with yourself, you ain't gonna know when to stop and take time for yourself, you know, and that can be a thing, you know, especially if, you know, I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm working on it.
It's coming.
I'm working on it. I got the check. I know I'm just trying to
Signature it.
you know.
Just trying to signature it.
But the grind is real.
Yeah.
You know, and I grind every day to get there, you know, but it's like, shoot, I know what it's like to, you know, live paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
you know, and don't get me wrong, my paycheck is cute when I get it, but, you know, life, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can we create things that's going to set us up for life, you know, intellectual property, real estate, investments, you know, what's that combination of tangible assets that we got to create, you know, to break the cycle, you know, break these generational curses. And, you know, to that aspect, I struggle every day, you know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than me.
Way bigger. And with the struggles comes, you learn from every struggle. You learn from everything you go through. So I can only get better. With each struggle that I go through, I can only get better. So to the top.
To the top.
You know what I'm saying?
Tippy top and put your flag in it.
Yeah, because I'm on my tippy toes.
Hey.
Hey now, what is something that our community needs to unlearn? With you being big in the community, what do you just, if you was just a fly on the wall and you was just observing, what do you think is something that our community as a whole needs to unlearn?
Community. You know, if I'm gonna talk about change, I'm gonna go to the top. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to the leadership. You know, I'm gonna go a little bit more political because without money, you know, we'll never see the changes we need in the community. You know, we see violence. You know, I could talk about that. You know what I mean? However, that's systemic. You know what I'm saying? And things happen for a reason. And until we really talk about the money and investing in community, we're just gonna be talking about it. You know what I mean?
So you think that really plays a big part in the community?
Yeah, investment, resources. Anytime I think about any kind of struggle, it's the lack. Somebody's lacking something, whether it be education, money, housing. You know what I mean? But that comes from the top. You know? We don't got no control over that. And yeah, we should vote. However, we live in Kansas, you know. I can talk about community, however, we in Kansas, and shoot, in 1920, it was more KKK than it was black people in Kansas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, we talk about change, I'm gonna follow the money.
So you do feel like money is gonna make the change?
Oh yeah, money, without the money, there is no change. There is no change.
You don't feel like something needs to be behind the money though?
I mean, of course, education. Of course, you know, I would love to have more resource centers for our youth, you know, just to be able to go to the gym and just be. We don't really have that, you know, so I would urge for that, you know. Love one another. Genuinely, you know, support is free, you know, and, you know, those are simple things that we can do, but, hey, I'm going to follow the money still. Because we can have a little bit more authentic conversation.
Yes.
if I know that my people is taken care of.
Yes. And it'll be more at ease. Like it'll be more of a peace margin. Because the money causes stress. Money causes so much problems. If you ain't got no money, you think where your mind is.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't got a good mental state. Think where that can take you. So I agree with you to a certain extent on that.
In our city, they invested $200,000 on a toilet.
On
On a toilet, an outside toilet.
a scooter?
Glorified porta potty, right? But that's what I mean. It's like we have to put ourselves in a position to invest in things that matter to community.
Yeah.
If we really want that change, it's like, okay, yeah, we can have the idea for change. However, if we're not investing in those things that promotes change, like
It's not gonna happen.
it's not going to sustain.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be conversation, and I sit in too many rooms where we're talking about change, but that's how we don't do
Do you
it.
feel like it's repetitive?
Yes.
Yes.
Simply, yeah, very repetitive. But I'm intentional, so I know how to exert my voice in a space. But once I feel like that's not being respected, like, I exit myself respectfully.
To the left you go.
To the
To the left, to the left. What's that song?
yeah, I'm out of there. But that comes with experience, though.
Yeah. And you got it. So you work in the community a lot. You do a lot in the
I
community.
love my people. I really do. Half of what I do is for the people, and I just want to see better. I want to see better. I got children, and I just want them to be able to live in a world to where they don't gotta fear outside.
Yeah.
I feel like we fear outside nowadays.
Absolutely. It's not the same.
No. I remember going outside, and everybody was outside. Tag, Corey. I mean, well, we used to love to see the street light come on. You know what I mean? And depending on your parent, it's whether you got to go in or stay out.
You don't get a whooping.
Hey,
You ain't coming outside the bar.
Hey, some had to. I remember that street light come on. Oops, some was out.
Yeah.
And you could tell, who had a car game going on at their house.
Yep. And it's just super dangerous then. It was, at least in this era we live in. I remember my mom used to be in the house all day, and we would be in the neighborhood, the block, the candy store, the crib trip, everywhere on our bikes. Probably been gone 2-3 hours. But our parents didn't worry. It was like our neighborhood was safe. All the parents worked with each other, checked on each other's kids. They don't care if they not your mama or not.
Right.
It's not like that. Parents be ready to trip if you say something to their kids these days.
Right. Now, come discipline, they gonna be trying to discipline you.
Yes.
Like,
And wonder why.
and wonder why. No, we gotta do better, though.
Yes, absolutely. We got to do better, y'all.
It
With
take a
these
village.
kids.
It take a village.
Absolutely. Without the village, and if people start accepting that and understanding that it takes a village, when you bring kids into this world, it'll be a lot more better for these children. It just will. It don't take one person just because you're the parent. No. Have a helping hand. It'll only make it better. Now we're gonna dive into the other side because you didn't recently had a book release. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't dibble and dabbed a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what inspired the Boss Affirmations and why?
You know what? For real, I think you inspired this one.
What? Don't do that!
Everything.
Don't do that!
What was you?
Wake me up!
Hey.
Wake me up!
What was you selling? Hustle.
Beauty&Hustle?
Nope, not that one. It was like a resources of templates and
Oh, my ebook?
your ebook. Most definitely. You was like, I seen you was on that campaign, but I'm like, okay, let me support. However, once I opened it, I'm like, oh wow, I could do something with this. And everything, But that's the purpose of it, I seen what you was trying to do. You plant a seed, it's up to somebody else to manifest that into something real. That's what Boss Affirmations is all about. creating something from nothing. And in here, this is for you.
Y'all can't tell me
This is for
nothing.
you.
Boss affirmation. In Miss Boss's hand, you already know what the deal. That means go get you a copy.
Most definitely. Hey, available on Amazon. This isn't a book to read all the way through, but I put something positive. I put about 100 affirmations in here, from discipline, confidence, legacy, opportunities, things that I struggle with coming up. And these are words that I wish I would have had going on them hard days, them tough days. So you can just open this up on any page and, hey, wealth, delayed gratification to, I delay gratification to secure longevity. Delayed gratification. How many people want something instantly or they ain't gonna do it? You know what I mean? They want results right now, but if you're telling yourself, I'll wait for my gratification, but I'ma still work hard. I'ma still work like I'm broke. Even if I got a bankroll, I'ma still go hard. That's an affirmation that's gonna start your day saying, no matter what come across my path, I'ma do my hardest. I'ma go my hardest, I'ma do my best. And I want you to open this book up every day and get something golden from it and live your life accordingly. But I also leave space to map out your next week.
Yes, I see that here.
What's your top priorities? What is you working on? What is you thinking on? And I'm a writer, so it's like, write it down. Challenge yourself. How do you hold yourself accountable? Once you tap into Boss Affirmations, you are now a part of a cohort of other leaders. So I hope to have more networking opportunities, more situations where we can grow together.
Yes. You are a sharp man. Amen. Because, hey, he even got the follow-up activities in here. After the activities, that is amazing.
Yeah. My goal is to have every youth, every entrepreneur, every CEO, anybody to consider themselves a boss to any capacity should have a copy of this on their desk.
Move with intention. Lead with clarity. Lead with clarity. Don't come trying to lead me with that cloudy ass brain, because it ain't gonna work. And build what lasts. Wow. That's if y'all, the man with the plan. It's right here in my hand. Where they go? Amazon.com. Amazon. It's on your iPhone app. All you gotta do is click the app and type in Boss Affirmations. You shop on Amazon every day. I know. I seen the packages on the porch. So go ahead and have one of these on the porch tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.
Most definitely.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I really Boss Affirmations.
That's number 5, and I think that we sleep on intellectual property, This product, my goal is to sell 100 in the next 30 days, and I'm gonna keep that going, My goal after that is to sell another 100 in the next 30 days, but I want to work with the schools, I want to work with all the organizations, all the foster care, all the detention centers, and I really want these words to impact those that need it the most.
Yes, but we all need them.
We all need it.
I don't think there's any actual group of people that we can exempt from this.
Even more so, I just want to make sure those that don't have the access to it have it.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm with you right there.
Most definitely.
What does being a boss mean beyond money?
Being a boss is taking responsibility when you win it, but also taking responsibility when you lose it. Everybody wants the light, everybody wants the fame when times is good. But it's like, even when times is bad, they gonna be like, oh, you was the boss. That's your failure, you know what I mean? But I had to share that fame when we was winning. That was us. When we was good, it was a us thing. When it's bad, it's a you thing. But being a boss is taking that by the horns and, wearing that hat with pride, because at the end of the day, somebody got to make it happen. And if not you, then who? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the boss is the one with the plan. The boss is the one with the ambition. The boss is the one that's up at night thinking about how this is going to sustain. How can I grow this into a mega millionaire company? A a boss ain't gonna wait. A boss gonna make it happen.
Yes, I agree. Intentional all the way through.
A boss gonna take a sip of water.
Sip it then. Cause I had to sip mine a little bit. I like how y'all put my little lemons on there. Little bougie.
Hey.
Thank you. I always tell myself just, with, all the goals and dreams and, where I want my future to be is I just always pretend like it's right here. Like we have a small pond and I'm literally can reach over and touch what my dream is. But it's a line full of sharks right here. And that's how I kind of think to myself every day. You gotta keep working, The sharks ain't gonna disappear. They're not gonna disappear. But eventually you keep pushing yourself, they're gonna get bored and they're gonna go ahead and swim the other way. And then I'm gonna be able to get across that pond. You hear me? Share one affirmation. Well, you kind of did that, but I'm gonna give you another chance because you kind of already dibbled and dabbed in the book when you opened it. But still, give us another one. Share one affirmation from your book that you live by, and I want you to break it down a little bit for us.
That's a good one. Because my favorite affirmation, I didn't even put in my book. No. But it's my motto, keep them feet moving. Keep them feet moving is an affirmation that says, no matter what you're going through, keep going. I didn't put it in there because, I say it so much. However, now that I'm thinking about it, it could have been the title of it. That was almost a title of this book.
Keep them feet moving.
Most definitely. But I went in a different direction. But it's just the same energy. No matter what you're going through, keep going.
Yeah. Gotta get through the obstacles or you ain't gonna make it to the finish line.
Most definitely.
What's something you battled silently while building your platform?
Tyra.
What? I like to get deep a little bit. I be wanting to know.
You know what? I think, because I don't talk about it, I went through, building my platform has been consistent over the years. So I've been doing this for over 10 years, just building consistent. But I've been through divorce, I've been homeless and hungry, you know what I'm saying? But those are things, especially as a black man, you don't really got space to be weak. You don't got space to be like, oh, I need, oh, somebody help me. No. You gotta make it happen. So I think mentally, that's a thing that happens in life, struggle. But, you keep going, and like I said, in my toughest times, I stay strong because I know a blessing is coming. And God proved that to be true every time. Yeah. I done been there, but keep going, keep them feet moving.
I love that. Because you have to, or you gonna sink and drown. One of the two. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
I love it. When it's all said and done, what do you want your words to do for people?
Just inspire. Let people know that where you at right now ain't the final goal, ain't the end game. Be able to think beyond what's in front of you right now. Be able to think beyond what you see on your phone. Really being intentional on your goal and knowing that you can create it. God gave us heartbeat, air, the ability to stand up.
Amen.
It's kind of disrespectful not to live in your truth and create magic out here. I think it's powerful just how, humans can create something from nothing. Two people can create a baby from literally nothing. What if you put that same energy into something else? Into creating your dream, right? From nothing. You got that same power. You hear me? You create a whole baby. You can't create something that's just as powerful.
Dang, I never thought about it like that.
Hey, I stretch.
That's deep.
I stretch that because it's God really gave us divine power to be creators. He created us in His image, right? So it's like, if God created this whole world in 7 days, you know, imagine what you can create, and you ain't even got no time limit. Let's say 7 years, but create it, make it happen, right?
Yes.
Hey, be consistent, be accountable. Anything's possible. That's what I want my words to stand on.
Y'all hear the man. Y'all hear the man. Write it on the notepad. No, don't even do that. Don't even write it on notepad. Just go get Boss Affirmation. It'll help you out. Now, you know you couldn't come to my platform without me leaving you, asking you this question, okay?
What is it?
What does beauty and hustle mean to you?
Hey, I think if you blessed to have beauty and hustle, you on your way. You know, because it's one thing to be ugly and hustle.
Oh, don't do that to these people.
But if you got, I'm just saying it, but if you got beauty and hustle, it's like, okay, you can put your best foot forward in any space, you know, and your face card, you know, is your validation, you know, and then once they see, okay, aesthetically, you're there, you know, and don't get me wrong, beauty is in the inside as well. You
absolutely.
know? Mostly beauty is in the inside, you know, like I can say somebody beautiful with my eyes closed, you know, just from hearing them, right? So don't get me wrong, but if you got that on top of the hustle, the world is yours. And that's what I take from beauty and hustle. Hey, the world is yours.
High five right there, because I think the world is mine.
Hey.
And I know I'm fine.
And everything in it. You hear me?
Talk to them. Talk to them. Well, I'm glad to have you, Desmond, on my platform here today. We got to vibe in a different environment, so thank you for having us here at the Love & Co.
We got Love & Co. 1720 East Douglas. Hey, the vibes is always real. Home of the echelon. Hey, Love & Co. Come out and support.
Yes, it's a vibe in here. Red light special.
Hey.
Y'all probably can't even see it like y'all need to see it. Just come here and you will be able to see it. But before I let y'all go, Mr. Des the Poet, I need you to let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Most definitely. Hey, Des the Poet on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, but hey, most importantly, Amazon. Boss Affirmations, Better Days in 90 Days, the Sunflower Grew Out the Mud. Hey, Des the Poet. Follow me.
Y'all go ahead and get this young kid. Well, not young. He just looked young. My bad. Y'all go get this king a follow. And y'all already know, we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Out of here. Oh, my God. That's it. I love you. You just so deep.
Everything that God put me through, everything I gotta work for it. I've been through so many ups and downs and I'm still going. Everything that God put me through, I was built